Welcome back to the channel. I thought I'd do another update on the status of my JB Predaking upgrade kit. Last time around I had the lower body up to the waist printed and assembled. This time around I have everything but the head. A couple of things I'd like to go over is one, if you notice the wingspan, I designed and added slip over wing extensions. Otherwise his wings just look too small compared to his increased size. So now he has new wing tips. Each wing tip is unique and fits that specific wing tip that it's on. You print two same sets, one for each side. Also, if you notice with his arms, the legs on the robots are fully extended. It's the only way to give his arms proper proportions. Otherwise, I have this giant forearm and tiny upper arm. However, one bonus side effect of doing this with his arms is he's now double jointed. So he's got a joint here now and a joint here. Originally he just had the joint up here, and this is where his hand plugged in, but now he has the two joints, and this one down here, the new joint, is ratcheted, so it's nice and strong. However, the original joints, at least on mine, are still flimsy and don't hold anything up for a damn. If I use this joint up here, see, just falls. But if I use this joint, it's ratcheted, it don't fall. So now he is double jointed, and he can get almost 180 degrees at the elbow. The hands are complete, all the fingers are articulated, plus he's got wrist rotation, and he's got forward and back on the wrist. So if you want to put him in a kneeling pose, you can flatten out his hand like that. There is an ab crunch. It's not that practical, but it is there if you want to try and use it. And the wings still articulate the way they did before. They're just bigger now and a lot heavier. So I have some other guys up here for size comparison. We have the Power of the Primes Predaking, who stands at just over 17 inches to the top of his head. And we have the JB Devastator with the Like Toys upgrade kit, however through JB, so the upgrade kit 2.0, but originally Like Toys design. He stands at roughly 20.5 inches, and you can tell that the top of his head is about to the ball socket here. So Predaking here, when the head is complete and installed, will be about an inch taller to the top of his head compared to Devastator, and I'm fine with that. I don't mind him being a little bit bigger than Devastator. Also, we have a new neck piece here, and it just sits in place. It won't fall out, but it can move around a little bit. And there's a ball joint there that his head will get installed to. For his head, I'm going to be using my resin printer. I'm just debating on whether or not I want to use it in the house. Right now it's minus 15 degrees Celsius outside because we're in the middle of winter. Resin printers don't work too good in that temperature, and in my garage is not heated, is where I usually keep it, but in the winter I store it here in the house. I want to print his head out of resin just for the simple fact there's a lot of smaller details there, and FDM I just think won't cut it. Let me take this Predaking away for now so we can get a good view of the two of these guys side by side. So I'm done with all the modeling and the design work. I'm done with all the tweaking. I'm done with all the prototyping. Everything is done, and for the most part everything is printed and installed. The one thing that anybody that buys this kit and installs it might bitch a little bit about are these new wrist assemblies here. They're a bastard to install, but I was very limited here on how I was going to do something because there's no place to connect anything in there. So I had to be a little bit inventive there. I had to use my imagination. We have, let me find, here it is. This is his gun. There's an adapter that you can print. You can install the gun on the back of this elbow area, but it'll get in the way of the back of his arm, and I want to bring it forward more since his arm is bigger. So that's what this little adapter is for right here. And it just plugs in back here. And it's fairly snug. There we go. So you can have his gun installed. And like, see the upper, the original joints for the arms, on mine at least, are just too weak. And I did put some polish inside there and everything, and I've tightened up the screws. They don't like to hold. This one, see? And these are the original elbow joints for the arms that don't want to hold. This one here, the new one, holds fine down below because it's ratcheted. But that still doesn't help the one up above. Anyways, his gun is, he can wield his gun on his arm. And his sword, these are an earlier revision of my hands. The newest revision holds these much better, but this revision of his hands don't hold them very well. And I don't think, because of this joint here, that he's going to be able to hold this very well anyway. So, but we could try. Get that in there. We could try it. This will be my first attempt at trying this with these earlier prototype hands I have on here. But I think it'll work. There you go. So that's him holding up his sword, and it scales better with him now, with the size that he is now. Apologize for the wobble. But someone I've been conversing with on Facebook had asked about the sword and him being able to hold it. So I'm hoping that answers the question for him there. And it'll be the same in either hand. And again, I think it looks much better with this size, these proportions in him with that sword. Before, it looked too ridiculous. So there are the two of them side by side. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think this is a success? I think it is. I love the look of it. I did this based on the cartoon colors and the cartoon aesthetic, which is why I did minimal molding and detailing. I wanted it to look just like the cartoon. And in the cartoon, he had a yellow midsection, a yellow waist, yellow waistskirts, red upper thighs, and he was black up here. The toy, on the other hand, was black here and black in the upper thighs and whatnot. But I wanted to go, I wanted to do this based on the cartoon. And again, anybody that downloads this can print this however they like. Print it all in white filament and paint all their details in. You do whatever you like. That's, the options are there. So the next video that I will do on this guy will be the final video, and in that video I will show how all the robots get installed into the upgrade kit, and I'll go over some of the assembly of this upgrade kit. I won't go into great detail, but I will go into some assembly on how certain things are put together. But when it comes time to upload the kit to CG Trader, there will be graphics with some notes, details and whatnot on the various screws, washers, springs and whatnot that would be required and how you put things together. So thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.